Have you ever felt like you were on the outside looking in when it came to relationships? Or maybe you find it hard to let people in, even if you really want to. You might be struggling with what we call avoidant personality traits. Avoidant personalities develop as a defense mechanism, a way to protect against emotional pain, rejection, or past trauma. Think of it as a suit of armor you wear to navigate a world that feels unsafe, but like any armor, while it protects, it can also be incredibly isolating. People with avoidant traits may struggle with intimacy, vulnerability, and emotional expression, often distancing themselves from others to maintain a sense of control and safety. But here's the thing. Avoidant behaviors can manifest in different ways, each with its unique traits and underlying causes, and that's what we're going to unpack today. Understanding these patterns can help individuals recognize their emotional barriers and begin the journey toward healing and deeper connections. Let's dive into the different ways avoidance shows up in people's lives. One manifestation is Avoidant Personality Disorder, a clinical diagnosis where individuals exhibit a pervasive pattern of social inhibition, feelings of inadequacy, and hypersensitivity to negative evaluation. This can look like chronic fear of social situations, extreme shyness, and a deep-seated belief that they are not good enough. Then we have attachment styles, which significantly impact how we connect with others. Dismissive-Avoidant attachment is characterized by a strong need for independence and self-reliance. These individuals often downplay the importance of close relationships and may appear emotionally distant or detached. They value their autonomy and may struggle to understand or reciprocate their partner's emotional needs. On the other hand, Fearful-Avoidant attachment involves a conflicting desire for intimacy and a fear of rejection. Imagine wanting to reach out but being terrified of getting hurt. These individuals may yearn for connection but pull away when things get too close, fearing vulnerability and potential pain. And finally, we have social avoidance, a common experience where individuals feel anxious or uncomfortable in social situations. This can range from mild discomfort in large gatherings to debilitating fear of public speaking or meeting new people. While not a personality disorder, it can significantly impact an individual's quality of life. Each of these presentations requires a tailored approach to healing. For those with avoidant personality disorder, therapy is crucial to address underlying trauma, challenge negative thought patterns, and develop healthier coping mechanisms. For those struggling with attachment-related avoidance, understanding their attachment style and its origins is the first step. This can involve exploring past relationships, identifying triggers, and learning how to communicate their needs more effectively. Now, let's explore why avoidant personality traits develop in the first place. Often it's not a conscious choice, but rather a subconscious response to early experiences. One of the most significant contributors is emotional neglect in childhood. Imagine growing up in an environment where your emotional needs weren't consistently met. This can lead to a child learning to suppress their emotions and needs to avoid further disappointment or rejection. Inconsistent caregiving can also play a role. When a child experiences unpredictable responses from their caregivers, they may learn to distrust others and avoid forming secure attachments. This can lead to a fear of vulnerability and a belief that they cannot rely on others for support. Childhood trauma, such as physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, can also significantly contribute to the development of avoidant traits. When a child experiences trauma, their sense of safety and trust in others is shattered. Avoidance becomes a way to protect themselves from further pain and vulnerability. And let's not forget the impact of toxic relationships. Experiencing emotional manipulation, gaslighting, or abuse in adulthood can reinforce avoidant tendencies. It can validate the fear of intimacy and reinforce the belief that relationships are inherently unsafe. Understanding the root cause of your avoidant tendencies is crucial for healing. It allows you to approach your patterns with self-compassion and recognize that they were developed as a way to cope with difficult experiences. Chapter 3. The Path to Healing. Breaking free from avoidant patterns. Healing from avoidant tendencies is a journey, not a destination. It's about learning to trust yourself and others at a pace that feels safe. The first step is recognizing your patterns. Pay attention to how you react in relationships, social situations, and when faced with emotional intimacy. Do you tend to withdraw, shut down, or push people away? Once you've identified your patterns, it's time to challenge the negative beliefs that fuel them. Avoidant individuals often hold deeply ingrained beliefs about themselves and relationships such as, "I'm not good enough, people will always leave me," or "it's not safe to be vulnerable." Challenge these beliefs with evidence to the contrary. Taking small steps toward vulnerability is key. Start by sharing something personal with a trusted friend or family member. Practice expressing your needs and feelings in a safe space. Remember, vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. Therapy can be incredibly beneficial in addressing avoidant patterns. A skilled therapist can provide a safe and supportive environment to explore your past experiences, challenge negative thought patterns, and develop healthier coping mechanisms. They can also teach you valuable communication skills to navigate relationships more effectively. And finally, be patient with yourself. Healing takes time, and there will be setbacks along the way. It's okay to take breaks when needed, and to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Embracing connection, you are worthy. Remember, avoidance is a coping mechanism, not a personality trait set in stone. It served a purpose in the past, but it doesn't have to define your present or future. Healing is about learning to trust yourself and others at a pace that feels safe. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of deep, fulfilling relationships. You're not broken, you are simply wired differently. And with self-awareness, compassion, and the right support, you can rewrite your relationship with yourself and others. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Many others have walked this path before you and found healing and connection on the other side. For more insights on attachment styles, mental health, and self-growth, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Focused Mind Counseling. Take care and keep growing.